Maybe returning sans crashes now, hopefully. Jeez. Alright, what was I doing? Does anybody know? Right, okay, I was giving Chile an ultimatum, to then
Oh,
go
you
to
were
war
like,
with them.
screw you, Chile.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get in...
Chilele.
Yeah.
Trying to decide whether it's even worth me going after Central America right off the bat.
I mean,
Only thing,
it's not gonna hurt. Like,
well, they got a lot of population down there.
got a lot of population and a lot of chromium, so...
Well, not a lot of chromium. They got like 10 chromium.
I mean, they have more than none chromium, so...
Ah, the more than none.
Yeah. Alternatively, go after the U.S. And push either through the south or north or... I don't know.
Everywhere.
I mean, that being said, like, you have most of the resources in the U.S. kind of already.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. The combined syndicates have a nice amount of steel, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And it's not like I have a hard time with steel right now.
Yeah, or oil or anything.
Yeah, it's not like I need resources. That's the big thing. Like, I don't really need it.
Russians declared war on Mongolia.
Wow, Central America has 16 divisions on my border. Interesting. Maybe they are going to come for me.
Maybe. Okay, 2 days until the Chilean ultimatum.
Then you get to war the heck out of them.
I finally get to go to war with somebody.
The one thing that kind of bugs me about Hearthstone 4 is that it's really hard to manually handle there's the one. Manually handle a front line because you have to use your, like, there's such a bonus to the front line stuff,
Yeah.
right? In the advanced line, they put such a massive bonus on that. If you don't use that, you're actually kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah. I know, it's like I really don't want to, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be better to do that than not, so...
Yeah, but then when you actually start attacking, your guys will just randomly run around the front line. Your divisions one will move here and one will move there and one's going over this direction. And you're like, why are you guys running around all the time? You're just like killing your attrition and...
Oh yeah, it gets bad if you're like... You guys are dumb. That being said, though, I think they've actually managed to improve it somewhat to make it a bit better.
Yeah, it's improved, but it's still not
Um,
great. It's not great, but yeah, you're right. It is improved.
like, to be a bit more like, hey, this sort of makes sense now, as opposed to, like, this is insane. Like, an insane person built this.
Right. However, like, if you have a front line that's decently long, like, say you got a front line, if you're Germany and you're up against the Russian border or whatever,
Yeah.
what they'll do is, say you got 100 divisions on that front line, they'll put divisions where they're like one in each province for the most part, or two in each province, and then one province will have like 16 divisions. You're like, okay, you can't really. And then if you try and spread it out, they'll just move back. They'll move back, so you have 16 in one province. And
Yeah. No, I know. I have a number of. Oh, there's the U.S. It's done.
That was by the American United States. Interesting. American Union States, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what to make of this.
I still think they're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that they're going to win compared to
but that's...
That's not who I expected to take that territory. Put it like
Right.
that.
Cuba sending them Lend-Lease. I can send them 2 divisions to help.
So really, I think I just need...
Syndicates has like easily double, if not triple, the divisions.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's they're doing quite a lot
Way
better.
more
So it's
military.
not even a contest really at that point. But it's really, how'd you guys get in there? Just and it's like I have a front line, except for somehow like my front line sometimes will move to different places, and it's like, oh hey, yeah, we decided to move you guys somewhere else, and it's like, just fucking pick somewhere, guys. Like, I don't understand where you think you're going. I don't understand why you think that's the way to go. Like, I didn't tell you move to another front line.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that wasn't... None of this was even close to what I wanted. Thank you.
Kind of aggravating when they do that.
Yeah. There's definitely a division somewhere that's attached to the wrong front line. Okay, you guys... You guys... Everybody go to Santiago. I just need to take Santiago now. So they did not peacefully accept my proposal to take their territory.
I think it's fair to say, though, that you won the war.
Yes, I think I have managed to pull that off a little bit.
Oh my god. I need to get this rebellion over with. So badly.
Is it really hurting?
I'm at negative 700 political power.
Oh, God. How close are you to finishing it? Like, you must be pretty close.
I got, what is it? 10 more days for recruit vigilantes, and then I have to end the rebellion.
But that's 250
Which is
political power, so that'll give you bonuses, and then the other one gives you 300 bonuses.
Yeah, but the other one's 140 days.
Oh, wow, is it? Jeez.
Yeah.
Never mind, you're never going to finish it then. Just give up.
Nope. I'm done. Give up. Give up now.
Come on. Chill. Like, it's just Santiago. I just need to take Santiago, and then they should... There we go.
Oh, it's interesting. It showed me the piece.
Yeah, they do show you the peace deal.
Neat. Yeah, American Union State's starting to get pretty smashed. They're holding up pretty good, though, surprisingly.
That's good. I mean, good for them, you know?
Yeah, but like half of their land is cut off from the other half, so I'm pretty sure that they're...
Well, that's the thing, is like they're holding up, but like, where are their troops? You know?
Well, not only that, but the one half is probably getting no supplies. It's my guess.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like if all their troops are in the west there, then they have nothing in the south to actually be able to...
Well, they have guys in the south because look, there's battles happening everywhere. So there's stuff going on. I wouldn't surprise me if these guys have been in war for so long they have just almost no equipment.
I wouldn't at
either
all be
side,
surprised
so
if that was the situation. They just didn't have the equipment to do it.
So both sides are just kind of like throwing men at each other.
Yeah. Just pile some more bodies at him quickly. Back down to low manpower.
I'm just looking at...
After a long campaign across the Chilean Andes, you finally managed to share their defenses. Liberate Chile under a friendly government. They become a puppet. Or continue with military occupation. I'm going to continue with military occupation. Cost me 100 political power, but I don't really... I don't really know what else to do with them, per se. I have an available war goal to attack Chile. It's like, but I just did. Oh, fall of Atlanta.
Yeah. That should be pretty much... Oh, no, they got to get New Orleans.
Yeah.
Get Atlanta, though. Anyways, I just moused over Europe there and watching this Second World War going on over there. What a mess.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying that, you know, I don't think... You know, France is really strong. Now they're up against Austria as well. But, like, they've beaten Germany at this point. Like, that's the kind of push you don't recover from.
No,
you know?
Not really. Not really.
But it's because Italy turned all communist. That's why. Like, if it wasn't that, they would have probably been on about equal footing. But
I think it's hilarious, though, that the Danubian Federation is part of the Second and a Half Internationale.
Wait, really? That's their faction?
That's their faction.
Second and a Half Internationale. Wow. Oh, right, because they're communists as well.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's like all the different wars going on all over the place. It just makes it insane.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's at 100% war score, and it's like, yeah, but like everybody's in a separate war with separate people. It's not even like... Which is totally cool. Like, I like that.
Oh, I love it. I think it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's a big improvement over the not the original, but you know, it's a big improvement over like, hey, where we have like you have one, like you were saying, we have one war, and then it's everybody's now, you know, attacking each other.
Yeah.
Which is a bit boring.
It makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah,
that being said, though, like, you know, World War II, that's kind of how it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. But the fact that they can do this alternate history thing and do something like this makes it awesome.
Yeah. Well, because it lets you play as a minor nation, actually. Because otherwise, it's like, unless I'm playing as Germany or France or, you know, somebody who's a major power, like, eventually I'm gonna end up in a war against the Allies or the Axis.
Yeah.
Because I'm Peru and I attack Ecuador and Ecuador joins the Axis and now I'm at war with Germany and now they're gonna move all their troops over here, and then it's also, by the way, going to completely screw up like the war, because Germany's gonna have all their troops in boats when France attacks them or something now, and it's like,
yeah. not only that, but like as a minor nation in base Hearts of Iron 4, no matter what you do, you're gonna piss off one of the major nations.
Yeah, yeah.
No matter what you do, it doesn't matter if you're anywhere near what's going on, right? You can't just dick around in South America because for some reason the U.S. immediately starts doing
Monroe Doctrine and like.
well, they start enforcing like this Pax Americana thing, and they get involved like almost immediately in any kind of war that you try to do with in the South there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a pain, a real big pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like suddenly everything is like, fucking hold on, like let's.
Because it's like, yeah, as Bolivia, we can't compete with the U.S.
No, it's like no matter what you do, you're not gonna be capable of fighting them. Period.
Yeah.
And like that's the end of the discussion here.
Mm.
And it's like it just makes it not fun, really. Like it's
aggravating.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, well, this isn't.
You know, and even in the Balkans, you can't, you know, if you're playing as Bulgaria, you can't do more than a single war, because if you try and do 2 wars, immediately France or the United Kingdom get involved.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, well, suddenly. And it's like, man.
Germany is expanding all over. They get Anschluss, they get Czechoslovakia. You don't get involved in that. But you know, beat the piss out of Greece, and suddenly I'm the next Nazi regime.
Yeah, it's like, oh, suddenly you're right-clicking, you know. You're the one that's, I said right-clicking because that's what I was doing. But it's like, yeah, suddenly you're the one that's kicking off, you know, World War II. Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah,
man.
as Bulgaria. Yeah.
Yeah, like, fucking, I didn't mean to do that. Like.
Yeah, or if you're like Saudi Arabia, you can't take out Yemen and Oman without suddenly pissing off the entire allies. Ugh.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, it's just annoying.
Yeah, and I found that was the nice thing about Hearts of Iron 3 in comparison. There was nations that you could straight out attack.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't get involved, right?
Yeah, yeah. Because it's like
so there was actually a gameplay, because right off the bat there's people that were in the Allies and in the Axis.
Right.
And there was neutral parties, or sorry, not in the Allies or in the Axis. How do they work it again? Just neutral states.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you take out the neutral states, no one would really get involved. So it made it so that it was a little more streamlined, in the sense that part of your play as a minor nation was, okay, I'm going to go after this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Yeah, Ottoman just got torn to pieces.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. That's a pretty good Ottoman Empire to be left. Yeah. A lot of times it's just like Constantinople and like Irdin and Bursa. Like just the little bits around Constantinople, and the rest of it are
right,
just eaten and destroyed. But yeah, like I understand what you mean. It's like, hey, it's actually like.
Yeah, because if you took the right steps, you could stay out of the war, but still expand your minor nation to the point where you can compete with the other guys, because you could take out, like, I think it didn't matter who you were, you could go after the Caribbean, right? So Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
You could go after Ecuador, because Ecuador wasn't part of anybody, or no, Ecuador wasn't covered under the Monroe Doctrine for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know why. You could go after Liberia. You could go after Portugal.
Right.
You could go after Ireland. You could go after the Scandinavias. Uh, and then I think it was Iran, Iraq, just Iran, Afghanistan, and
The axis of
I
evil.
want to say Siam as well.
Yeah.
So you could do all of those without triggering one of the powers, right?
Yeah.
And what that did was you just say you did all those,
Right. Right.
and that would bring your minor nation. You wouldn't be super powerful, but it would bring you enough to be able to compete. Oh, and I think Greece was in there as well if you did it before a certain time.
Okay.
You had kind of before a certain time to go after Greece, and I think maybe Bulgaria.
Hmm.
Very low stability.
An improvement. Yay. Nice, John, and the rebellion finally. So that's good.
Yeah, it'll be soon. I'm 40 days yet left on that.
Yeah, but like it's nice to be able to go like, hey, we can actually expand, we can actually grow a little bit, we can actually like.
Yeah. Not only that, but you didn't need to plan a naval invasion in order to attack people. You just needed the range, right? And you needed to have transport boats.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Convoys, essentially.
Convoys. Yeah. Yeah.
Convoys. And so once you had that, you could kind of like try and sneak through. You know, whoever's navy, you just be like, don't pay attention to me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and like just nope, don't look this way. There's nothing to see here.
So you kind of had this risk where you could kind of sneak through and drop a naval invasion if they weren't paying attention, and that was a neat thing as well. And then you had the order of battle as well. Like, did you play Hearts of Iron 3?
I haven't actually. I never played it. It was at the time. It looked to me to be too complicated, but that was before I ever played any Paradox games. So,
right. Hearts of Iron 3 had what's called an order of battle. So you would have your HQ, and then you have battalion, division, corps HQs below it.
okay.
Right? And you could set it up, and then you could have divisions off of those,
Mm.
right? So you actually would have this like line of HQs that went off of all these different things and kind of had this hierarchy of command on it. And
Yeah,
each level, you could give a general, which gave those things bonuses, right? And they got rid of that because it was complicated, right?
Yeah, yeah. It sounds quite complicated, but I understand that it gives you more flexibility and stuff too.
Well, not only that, but once you figure out how the order of battle works and you have it all set up, it looked really cool. Like, it just looked cool when you looked at it because you see all these lines. Like, oh, I got this army over here, and they have the battalion HQs here, and these are the corps that they're connected to. So we're going to send the 5th Corps this way, and the 6th Corps this way, and the 9th Corps this way, and they're going to be supported by the 2nd Battalion and all this other stuff. And it just kind of gave you this grand strategy feel, right?
Okay, yeah.
That you don't really have with this. This, you just draw a front line, you put a little arrow in, and that's my army.
And you press go, and that's what they're gonna do. Yeah, and
right.
If you want to set up like, oh, hey, these guys I'm gonna actually send to it, like you have to put them on a different front line or a different mission, or like have a different army and then have a separate front line within the front line to point to a different front line, and like.
Yeah. Not only that, but like in Hearts of Iron 3, you could do these arrows in the front lines and all this other stuff and set that up, but it's just visual. That's all it was for.
Yeah.
Right? It just gave you the look.
Yeah.
And but you would manually move your units around. The nice thing about that was that when you manually moved your the way they set it up with the order of battle, it was actually quite easy to handle a massive front line, which was quite surprising. Like, you could be on the Soviet thing. The initial setup was just atrocious.
Yeah.
Because when you start it as the Soviets, it would just be this absolute gong show of
just absolute clusterfuck of nothing makes sense. Nothing is.
Yeah, because there was lines everywhere, and all the divisions were fucked up, and nothing made sense on how the divisions were set up and everything like that. And you're just looking at that and you're going, huh. You take everything, delete it,
Yeah,
start
let's just
over.
delete everything that you have here, and then we'll just start again and see if
We're just going to do the Soviet purges right now.
Yeah. You know what, I'm just going to purge these guys on my own.
But once you had it all set up, you could handle a line with like 200 divisions on a front line and comfortably do it. Like, it wasn't overwhelming.
So I don't know if you saw it as well, by the way, but France.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not. This is.
Yeah.
How's that? Who are they actually at war with now? Are they at war with anybody?
Hey, low stability.
Hey, there you go. What are you complaining about?
I'm not complaining. It was triumph. Yeah. France. France is at war with Germany, and they're at war with Austria. And
Well, Germany's gone. Austria still exists, but
Austria and their group of dudes.
which is, I think, just Austria at this point. They've just eaten everything and just become one country.
But that's weird. When you look at it, it has. Oh no, they're at war with.
Who are you at war
Okay,
with?
the one war is Austria. Sorry, the one war is Austria-Germany. The other war is the Entente.
Right.
They're actually at war with the Entente. What a mess. Because the Entente is landing in Brittany there. See that?
Yes, they are. Yeah, so that's England, Italy, France attacking Ireland, Germany, Ukraine, Middle Africa, Latvia, Estonia, China, Malta, Poland, Sierra Leone, Ceylon, Lithuania, White Ruthenia, Madagascar, Malaya, and Austria. Then the other one is Canadian War on the Union of Britain, in which Canada, New England, France, India, Caribbean, and Australia are attacking Britain, France, and Italy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What a mess.
Who's in charge of this? Yeah. So basically, Germany got completely destroyed because England wanted to attack Ireland.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Awesome.
Yay. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm looking at my my battalions, and I still don't really understand how to design a division correctly.
Okay.
Like, what should I have for like a good infantry division?
What I suggest is having around 20 combat width when you set up your divisions.
Okay.
So under the combat stats at the very bottom, you'll see combat width when you're editing division.
I'm trying to. Hold on. I have a updated thing to change. Research. Where did I research something? I don't know what. Switch to destroyer 2. Okay. Let's see. So, combat width.
That's normally what I go for, is about 20 combat width.
Okay, so I'm at 19 combat width.
Okay. The reason why I do 20 combat width is... here a second. Is that normally when you're fighting, like the majority of the time when you're fighting somebody, you have a combat width of 80, right? So you want to have your divisions as a
Close to that as...
divisible by 80. Right?
Okay.
So when you get into battle, you can have 4 divisions in that battle. Is what I'm saying, right?
Okay, right. That makes sense.
You could do it as 40. All right, combat width is 40. Whatever, as long as it's divisible by 80, it tends to do quite well. The reason why I do a smaller one, it just makes it easier to train, but also it allows you to have a longer front line. So 20 just makes it comfortable.
Okay.
Size, right? Gives you the flexibility of having a long front line, but also being divisible by that 80 amount.
Right.
Soft attack is what you do against infantry, right?
Right.
Soft attack, better you're going to do infantry. Hard attack is, things like tanks, mechanized or mobilized units, whatever, right?
Okay.
Air attack is, if you get attacked by air, anti-air defense. Defense is basically avoiding an attack. The higher the defense, the less damage you're going to take, right?
Yeah.
Breakthrough is the way that it works is even when you're doing an attack, the defender is going to attack back. It's going to be back and forth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
The higher the breakthrough, the less chance that you're going to break through before they can attack you, kind of thing, or the defense that you're going to have on that offense. The offensive defense, probably the best way to do it.
Okay.
Right. Armor is your defense to work against heart attack. Piercing is your modifier towards armor.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking at this and I'm trying to figure out. So I'm like, okay, so I have like 9 strong of infantry, and then it's like, well, what if I switch one of those infantry to an artillery? Would that make is that gonna make much of it?
Switch one to artillery, that will probably bring the combat width up to 21, I think.
Well, I brought it to 19 from 18. So.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like I don't. Like, I know there's probably like a, hey, here's a proper build of...
Well, I tend to do, when an infantry one, you can either do 10 infantry divisions, and then you have the support battalions, or you can have, 9 infantry divisions, or sorry, 8 infantry divisions and 2, or not divisions, sorry, regiments.
Yeah.
And 2 artillery regiments.
See, that brings me up to that brings me up to 22 if I put 8 infantry and because I have a 3x3 square basically is my starting setup.
Right. So you get rid of what is it? Maybe is it 2 of those, and then you put in. Hold on. I'm bad at math, obviously.
Okay, so if I do 3, 2, 2 of infantry, and then 2 artillery, I'm at 20.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sorry. So that's 7 and 2. Not 8 and 2.
7 7 and 2. Okay, I'm going to try that.
That one's really good against if you're fighting other infantry. Because it brings your soft attack way up.
Yeah.
Right? And
of course, changing any of this around is like, hey, guess what? All of my stuff is like back to rookie because I've changed your equipment. I'm like, God damn it. I do need to start producing tanks to produce my tank divisions here. So.
Yeah. I haven't done anything with tanks right now.
I'm barely finishing like building the factories that I have, let alone like anything else. Jeez,
I'm starting to rebuild my infrastructure at the moment, or not my infrastructure, but my construction and everything like that. After that stability hit.
Hey, you're back up to average stability.
Yeah, I know. It's really nice. pretty soon here, I can justify a war goal against.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now let's start putting the pieces back together, and
I'm going after Central America, justifying a war against them right now.
nice. So I'm not sure if I should hit Peru and try and go through Peru and take that, or if I should just hit, like, Bolivia and Brazil. Like, that's the thing. I don't know who to...
Do you got good mountain divisions?
I have some... Well, I have mountain divisions. Whether or not they're good, they're only 18 combat with, so it's not great.
I mean, you could go after Brazil, but you're going to need to have... Or, sorry, Peru, but you're going to need to have mountain divisions.
Yeah.
It's just a hard time breaking across that.
Well, that's the thing. It's like that. It's that opening bit is... I mean, they only have 12 divisions, though. Bolivia only has 15. Brazil has 36 to 39. So they have...
Right.
Sorry?
You got a pretty bitchy navy, right?
I have a decent navy. A not half bad navy.
Yeah, but it's going to be better than Peru's.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
A lot better than Peru's. So what you can do is just do naval invasions.
Yeah.
Right into Lima, right?
That's the thing, because like the only spot that has anything is Lima.
Yeah.
Like it's the only seaport that they actually have.
Yeah,
so it's like,
what you
yeah,
do
I
is
have to put you there.
You can set like 3 naval invasions, one beside each side of Lima, and then one on Lima itself. And then once your war kicks off, you just launch those naval invasions, land troops on either side of Lima, attack Lima itself, and then have the 2 that landed beside it support.
Yeah, that might work. So
American Civil War is done.
It's finally over. They're able to actually go through and start to pick up the pieces. That's the thing. It's like you look at some of these focus trees, and it's like, yeah, until the Civil War is over, you can't do anything. And it's like, geez. Or do I just hit Brazil and just go straight in? Like, they don't have a lot of guys on the border.
Well,
or
my Syndicates of America is justifying a war declaration on me. Okay.
Isn't that sweet?
Well, maybe I should
Yeah, what are they?
not be in such a rush to declare war in Central America.
They don't have a any sort of focus or anything to attack you, it doesn't look like.
But they're justifying, and they're...
Oh, I mean, yes,
troops on
they
my
they
border.
do. They do actually have a thing, but they have to go through. There's a couple things to that. It's weird that they're justifying on you, though, immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
They have quite a few troops, too.
It's okay. I'm not too worried if you like, I have good, pretty decent troops,
Yeah.
and as long as I stay on the defensive, this is a really long front line, though. I don't know if I'm gonna
That's
be
the
able
thing. It is quite big.
But I got more divisions being trained right now.
Engineering Company 2. That was a useless focus then. Son of a... It's a focus of, hey, it's a 50% reduced ahead of time penalty for motorized. And it's like, yeah, but you can research motorized in like 1936. So you don't need like... I've been holding out this entire time going, oh, I'll get a research bonus, I'll make it easy. Not even close to what I need. Son of a...
Yeah, I can't cover the entire border with the divisions I have.
Hmm. That looks like the Ottomans have become the Turkish state instead.
Ooh. France is still doing his thing, but the other France has invaded Normandy. And what is that? Canada. Oh, Canada is invading Scotland.
Yeah.
And what was that? Around Dover there, Sussex. That's right, Sussex.
Yeah, they have a couple different landings going on.
That's awesome.
And it looks like the Caribbean has taken Sicily.
What? Really?
So
Awesome. Like this is
it looks very one-sided, but and Austria's still holding out, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is Germany is still there.
Yeah. Geez, if Kingdom of France gets any closer to Paris, they might cause some problems.
Well, they're spreading their stuff out all over the place. Like they're landing out by where is that? Nice there.
Oh yeah.
They have a landing by Nice. Canada has landed in Rome.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of different.
So they're spreading out. Like India is landing in Italy there.
Yeah, force them to
Sicily is
take a
taken
bunch of
out.
different areas, but be interesting to see what happens.
Well, that's essentially like in base Hearts of Iron 4. That's really what kills the Axis. Is that all that friggin' naval invasions all over the place.
Yeah.
It spreads them out quite a bit and makes it to be quite hard to deal with.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see who actually comes out the victor in this one.